Welcome back to the Rouges, where we talk everything Canada soccer and U.S. soccer. Tonight we're going to be doing a recap of Canada's game versus Costa Rica in the 2020 CONCACAF World Cup qualifier. Where this one ended 1-0. La Rouge take the win in Edmonton over Los Ticos. Now, before I even get into the meat of it, we have a lot to unpack here, including I encourage you to stick around at the end of the video for announcements I have regarding the Canadian Premier League, the Canadian Championship between Toronto SC and Montreal, and as well as a few other player quotes that I want to talk about too and see what you guys think about that, because I love discussions in the comment section, and I'm pretty sure so do you guys. So, first announcement, this video was really going to be tied in with the US video and just made a one long video, but I decided not to do that because both games were happening at the same time. So you had US-Mexico happening on one screen and then Canada-Costa Rica on the other. I literally had two screens going. And so me trying to keep an eye on both screens would have been, it was tough, but which is unfortunate why I wasn't able to get as many detailed as I normally do with the videos. So, but with that, I was able to make up for with a lot of announcements and player stuff at the end. So please stick around for that if you want to hear that. But right now, let's get into the meat of this, so I don't want to hold you guys too long. Let's go right into the starting lineup. We have Milan Borjan, Samuel Adekugbe, Kamal Miller, Stephen Victoria, Stephen Astacio, Tejan Buchanan, Mark Anthony Kay, Alphonso Davies, by the way, the king himself is back home in Edmonton, Jonathan David, Leon Miller, and Richie Larea. And so we go straight to this game, and man, this game was, the beginning of it was really, you can tell how both teams really wanted this one, as nasty challenges were being thrown by Costa Rica. There were scraps being initiated between Canada and Costa Rica, and just fouls galore here. And my oh my, this really just set the tone from the start, and you can really tell how much this game meant to both countries and both teams, as they both knew what was on the line here, as we're in this halfway window, kind of halfway through CONCACAF World Cup qualifying for 2022 Qatar. But like the first 15 minutes and first 20 minutes even, it's just a lot of fouls and a lot of just pushing and shoving and scraps going on between both Canada and Costa Rica. And as I said, really just showed how much this game meant. But with that, Canada begins to apply pressure on Costa Rica. Costa Rica, though, refusing to give up and really just begin to dig in and really refusing to give up. And just, I mean, the Costa Rican defense, either the Costa Rican defense was pretty good, or the Canadian attack was not as good as I expected and wanted it to be, which is actually a mixture of both. And so I kind of wanted to see between that in that first half, what I wanted to see Canada create some more chances in the center of the pitch. You know, Canada was just kind of taking it down the side wing and just crossing it in and hoping for someone to be there to finish it. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. You know, Alphonso Davies had a couple good looks. Jonathan David had a couple good looks in the first half, as well as other players. But unfortunately, that tactic just wasn't quite working the way that they probably hoped for it. And so, unfortunately, there wasn't really, I didn't see that many chances in the center being created. And that's what I kind of was really hoping in the second half, where they were making an adjustment, at least bring on a center mid like Jonathan Osorio, or someone who can just initiate and facilitate the midfield attack, and just really just reestablish this Canadian attack, the attack that we're really used to seeing. But unfortunately, this did not happen in the first half, and in halftime, it just 0-0. Neither team, Costa Rica mostly just not really threatening Canada with anything, but however, Canada creating chances, but at the same time, they're okay chances and not the really quality chances that we're used to seeing. And then going into the second half, you know, I wanted to see Canada, as I said earlier, just create some more chances from the center, get a center mid to orchestrate the pitch and really just get things going for the Canadian attack. And in the second half, we do see Canada come out swinging, but Costa Rica with the keeper making a couple good saves. But I speak too soon, or hold on, I don't want to get to that. I want to say that, but I do want to talk about the Buchanan bicycle kick and the Alphonso Davies shuffle to shuffle step overs. Those were nice. I mean, you can see the flair between the players, but if Tejan Buchanan would have hit both of them, if both of them would have finished on their chances, they could have been really good goals again, just like the Davies goal against Panama. last window. That was good. And I can still watch that goal over and over, by the way. But if Buchanan would have finished his bicycle kick, if Davies would have finished his step over goal, oh man, those would have been massive goals. And really, once those attempts really happen, we really begin to see the Edmonton crowd get off their feet and really begin to cheer louder and louder, which is good, and hopefully provided Canada with the momentum post or the momentum boost. And turns out it actually did, as in the 57th minute, Costa Rica, I don't know what the keeper did here, but he fumbled the bag. Let's just say that. He fumbled the bag. He spills it. And cleanup crews there. Jonathan David. All Jonathan David does to do is tap it in. He does so. Rouges go up 1-0. And Jonathan David capitalizes off a poor mistake by the Costa Rican keeper. What are you doing here? I mean, the Costa Rican keeper couldn't just get it, clear it out. I mean, no, he tried to catch it, and he fumbled the bag. Catch it, dropped it, spilled it, whatever you name it. Jonathan David capitalizes off his 1-0 Rouges, and Canada just capitalizing. They get right there at the moment right now bailed out, despite their poor attacking chances that were created. They get bailed out by a mistake in the back by the Costa Rican keeper, and my oh my. This does begin to open up the game, though, as Canada begins to apply more pressure and find more opportunities, but unfortunately it doesn't lead to any other goals. Steph Victoria had a chance wide in front of net. He was even surprised that it came to him. He couldn't capitalize off of it, and even he was shocked, and kind of he wanted that one back. So Canada could have gone up 2. A lot of chances here that were should have, would have, could have, didn't. And that's the way it kind of goes. In the 83rd minute, though, Ike Ugbo does come on, the guy I wanted to see get some minutes. And I was really kind of seeing what he would perform. And he had a couple good chances and a couple interesting moments where he just needs some more time to break in with the team and just develop. I want to go to the 4th minute of stoppage time in the 90th minute, where Ike Ugbo has a shot and it actually hits off the post. By the way, number 12 for Canada, that's his number. But he was so close to giving Canada that second goal and just really sealing the deal and just opening up his Canadian bank account with goals. But it's only his first game. He got 7 minutes in, maybe 10 minutes in if you count stoppage time. And overall, I mean, he had some promising moments, which I'm going to talk more about later. But in terms of the match, it's the end. Canada holds on 1-0. Costa Rica really doesn't threaten anything. And it's a big win for the Rouges. Much needed win. They're still undefeated. Edmonton became a fortress, and that is really, really good to see and really, really good to hear. Now let's go to the stats for Canada and Costa Rica, where we have 14 shots for Canada to Costa Rica 7. Canada doubles on shots. 2 shots on target to 1. We really would have wished to see Canada get more shots on target here. 62% possession to 38% possession. 520 passes completed to 318 passes for Costa Rica. 80% pass accuracy to 64% pass accuracy. 21 fouls, 23 fouls, as I said, was very chippy. You know what this game meant. 2 yellow cards apiece, no red cards. No offside to Canada, but 1 for Costa Rica, and 10 corners for Canada to 2 for Costa Rica. And with that, I also want to get a look at the live table, or not the live table, but since the U.S. game already passed, this is how standings currently are after tonight. We have USA on top with 14 points. Mexico is in second due to goal differential, but they also have 14 points. Canada's third, 1 point behind both teams with 13. Panama's fourth after Honduras choked a 2-0 lead in their place. Panama capitalized with 3 unanswered goals in the final 15 minutes. They're fourth with 11 points. Costa Rica is fifth with 6 points. Jamaica is sixth with 6 points. El Salvador is seventh with 6 points. And Honduras dead last with 3 points after a phenomenal choke. So, with that, overall, going back to the performance on Canada, dominant performance overall. But as I said in the video, I just really, really wish that Canada could have, as I said, should have, could have, would have, didn't. Really would have had more shots on target and created more chances by especially going up the center rather than kind of just crossing it in from the sides and hoping that someone's there and just kind of a spray and pray and hope that someone hits it home. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. So I just kind of wish that Canada would have kind of played more like kind of center ball, what they kind of did against Panama. How they played the center, in which kind of opened up the game and allowed them to get more chances on target. But hey, they get bailed out by a poor mistake by the Costa Rican keeper. We'll take it. Gives Canada's all 3 points in Edmonton, which is always important when it comes to World Cup qualifiers. And I mean, that's how Canada gets. That's how Canada wins this one. But going forward, especially against the Mexico game, I really, really, really want to see them be more creative in their attacking chances rather than just cutting up the wing and crossing it in. I mean, I know with Davies and Buchanan on the wings and stuff, it'll work sometimes, but at the same time, now that other teams are kind of scouting that out and they're really kind of knowing what to expect, and therefore they just pack the box on, treat it as corner kicks, and they just clear it out when they can. So, which is why I kind of want to see Canada just develop more creative chances, like I said already, in the center. If you can develop more chances in the center, you can open up the game, you can open up your opponent, and once you unlock your opponent, more chances will begin to get on target, and who knows, more chances on target leads to more goals, and those goals really lead to bigger leads. So once you just open up the center, maybe things can lead to a domino effect, but I just really hope that they can do better in terms of going up to their attacking chances. This was not the same Canadian attack that everybody, I'm pretty sure, anyone was wanting to see. So in terms of that, really need to see them pick it up against Mexico going up on Tuesday. Or yeah, it's Tuesday on the 16th. Next thing, Ike Ugbo, as I said, when he came in through the last few minutes of the game, gotta say he looked pretty promising, had promising moments. But at the same time, he also has some moments where he shows where he needs to be developed. Like there was one in the 87th minute where he had an attacking chance, but he couldn't really corral the ball enough and get it under control and just lost it. So then again, that's still really showing that he's still young and he still needs developing. But in the 94th minute when he had that shot, it was so close. It was off the bar and a little bit lower, and it would have been a beautiful goal. What a goal it would have been for a debut. But it's still okay. I mean, I did not expect him to come in and just score and just wreck shop, right? Pretty sure no one did, as he's still young. You know, we're all just curious. We're just waiting to see. For him, it's all part of the process, and just seeing what he's going to develop into the future for this team. And that's just exciting, just even think about. And for him, just the more reps he gets, the better he'll get. And that's how things will go for him. But story of the game, Costa Rica's keeper fumbled the bag. Canada capitalized to get all 3 points. And the Canadian attack just wasn't the same or was what I expected to see. And just really, really hope to see it be better against Mexico in the coming game. Now, I do want to say, looking forward to Mexico, I do want to see Canada create more chances, as I said, up the middle, basically, as I said. We'll do that, and it may be able to unlock more chances. And therefore, if you do that, it'll lead to more shots on target and perhaps more opportunities leading for the Canadians. Now, there are a couple announcements or in player quotes I want to say. So, starting with Jonathan Osorio, he said, "I believe that even before all of this talent have came up and now shines on the brightest stages of world football, I believe that at some point that this sport in the country, which is Canada, was going to change. And if I had a feeling, it was going to be real soon." I agree with them, yes, because really feel the momentum here for Canada. There is no doubt in my mind that if Canada keeps it up, they will qualify for Qatar 2022. But they've got to continue to play the right cards, and I'm pretty sure everyone else agrees. And that's another discussion question that I feel free to comment in the chat too. What you guys think about this quote from Jonathan Osorio? Jonathan Oso from TFC. You've heard me what I think. I say if they play the right cards, then they'll be on the right pace. And then the final quote comes from Alistair Johnson. I don't think there's a big drop-off from player number 1 to player number 20, or he said okay. But maybe there's a bit of a drop-off from player number 1. Interesting, So he's basically just what I think he's reiterating the amount of talent and depth here that Canada has to work with, and it's just brilliant, right? I mean, I'm happy for all the Canada, just the amount of depth, because now that's really important for World Cup qualifiers, right? You got to have depth, and like we see teams like Costa Rica or Panama that rely on old 30-year-olds and their generation that was once gold in the past, really, right? And they really struggled to kind of get points after the second or third game in the window, and this is where CONCACAF World Cup qualifying really helps with or just having depth really helps in qualifying for this team, for Canada and even the USA for that regard too. Any team that has depth, you're gonna be in luck, and that's what I think about that. You guys also comment down below what you think about Jonathan Oso's comment, but yeah. Next to last announcement I want to go is CPL, Canadian Premier League, announces that Vancouver will have a team in 2023. And you probably heard me talk about this in my sub special too, as I was asking why Vancouver didn't have a team, as I thought that would be a brilliant place, and it turns out my wish was granted, as Vancouver can now have a CPL team which could probably rival Pacific in Victoria. And I mean, I can't wait to see. I've always loved to see new rivalries being brewed in leagues, and that just goes with the whole expansion. That's just right up my alley. So congrats to Vancouver. Statement from the CPL manager, David Klenichin, if I'm saying that right. We will continue to expand the league, and we have just begun to scratch the surface of league expansion, says CPL Soccer. And so yeah, once again, congrats to Vancouver for getting your very own CPL team. Very happy for you guys, and hopefully you guys can make a good run and really make some noise in the league. Final, and that last but not least, an important announcement: CPL, Canadian Championship, CF Montreal versus Toronto FC at Stade Saputo. We now know when that is. 21st of November, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Montreal. Go TFC. But at the same time, if you're cheering for Montreal, we wish them the best of luck too. We got a rivalry. We got a 4-1 derby. You don't want to miss this Canadian Championship final. It's going to be fireworks, and it's going to be anytime there's a derby game, we can expect fireworks galore, just tackles. We can just expect fun all around. So with that being said, if you like this video, make sure you like it, share, subscribe it. Tell all your friends about it, and also tell all your friends that don't ever fumble the bag.